hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes, 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 hucksters.
All right, guys.
Fraudsters.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Gary, for getting the stream started. Man, after this morning's pump and then that little dump, you're probably feeling like Bitcoin is a bit of a huckster and a scam artist. But no, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So happy Tuesday, happy Bitcoin pump. But Bitcoin went up almost $3,000 in a matter of minutes and then retraced thousands of dollars in a matter of minutes. So that was a nice trap on some longs, but also getting some shorts liquidated and also potentially having some longs get liquidated as well at the top. Some high liquidity was getting grabbed, and we also have hit a low off this recent pump. So we're going to analyze this. We're going to go into the charts. We're going to go into some analysis of the altcoins. We're going to check the trending news and see what's happening. And then we're going to end the show out exactly at 12 o'clock. But welcome, guys. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, the subscribe button, and dinging the bell to be notified, because YouTube is putting crypto content in the black box and the shadow box, and especially this channel for some reason. And so if you guys could help me spread this channel out to your friends, out to people that don't know about crypto, so they can be onboarded into the Dano Dojo crew, where we have done previous meetups, and we did our first meetup in Nashville at the Bitcoin conference, and we want to remind you guys that we want to do a lot more of those, and hopefully we can all meet one day. I think that'd be super cool. I think that'd be super, super cool. So currently right now, the gas prices for Ethereum to send a Ethereum transaction is 38 Gwei. Pretty expensive. So luckily, whenever we sent our ticker Bitcoin out of our exchange into our wallet to self-custodian, we only had to pay a measly $3 for a transaction fee. So if you're wanting to make Ethereum transaction right now, it's going to cost you a little pretty penny, especially when we get market moves going to the upside and we get high transaction volume. That's why the layer 2s exist to begin with, is because of the scaling and the Ethereum fees being outrageous. Things like Pulse Chain and all these other layer 2s that are another option to be able to do transactions, especially if you can have your favorite tokens as high liquidity on those chains as well. All right, so let's look at the price. Let's just get right into it. We're going to get right into the Bitcoin analysis. Make sure you guys are following me at Dano Crypto 904 as well, so you can get the most updated news. And Ash Crypto says, this candle cures depression. Would you say that candles like this cures your depression as well? If you're feeling a little down, you see a candle like that, makes you feel good. It makes you feel really good. So luckily we were getting to some movements, and this one is funny. I don't know why this one's making me laugh, because crypto guys will live like this to buy an extra $500 in crypto every month, making paper thin sandwiches, paper thin cheese sandwiches, and eating ramen and sardines to be able to buy a couple extra meme coins. I'm sure you guys are probably trying to live that life up until the election, or at least for the rest of the year, so then you can get as much crypto as possible, because we are technically, guys, we are in this pinnacle time right now. We're in what is called the banana zone, where we are right in the precipice of shooting off into the banana zone, which is that parabolic curve that has happened traditionally on the halving years of a bull market. So when we have a bull market and then we combine that with the bull run, this is inevitably what happens. So you can see here in 2020, we had this banana zone right here happen on the halving year of the last halving. So now we had the halving happen this year in April. And so we think that the banana zone is going to be hitting around this area. Now why do we think that it's going to go to this price point? Well, we'll show you. We will show you. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to that. Let's see. Oh, we're on the 3-day. That's why. I was like, what happened here? We got to go on the we have to go on the daily. That's what we got to do. We got to go on the daily. There we go. Got to refresh this chart. Let's go to the daily. Where is... Okay, there we go. Is this what we wanted? That's what we want. All right. This is the previous banana zone. Yeah, something happened with our chart here. I'm not sure what happened, but we had something happen with our chart. Did some weird stuff. I don't know what happened. I'm going to have to redo that chart. But the breakout for this bull flag on the cup and handle is sitting over $100,000. But what we're actually looking at is the parabolic run into $350,000 by April 2025. But see, right now, we're sitting at some pretty interesting resistance coming up from these previous runs, these previous highs. We broke through the range of 62 and 64 and 64.2, this mega green candle, and now we're sitting at a doji candle with a big wick to the upside and a big wick to the downside. Now, if you're looking at the MACD, and then you're also looking at the SMI, the SMI actually looks pretty good, and also the MACD looks pretty good as well for the daily. Now, if you go into the shorter time frames here, you can see we got a bounce. We hit some low liquidity at 64.8. Now we're getting trading back up, getting over 66,000. And I think the target that we could be hitting here actually in the short term is that 69,000. So that's going to be some hard previous resistance to break, is that 69,000. But if we do break this and we hold above 65,000 for the day and actually hold above 66,000 for today, then we could get up to the 70s quicker than you think, because we do have good volume and we smacked the lows here. We took out the lows. We had a nice pump up to the upside, but then a nice little retracement. So we could see some movements going up into the second range, which would be in between 71 and 76. So it's very well possible that we do get a nice push to the upside again, and we start to take out some of these highs right up here, which would be sweet, which would be pretty sweet. So if we look at the 3-day, you can see that the 3-day looks really bullish in terms of the RSI. Let's pull the RSI real quick, then we'll actually do the Bollinger Bands too. Traded right up to the top of that Bollinger Band. So if anything, if we're going to keep trading on this strength, we will push up to that 69,000, 70,000 resistance that we've hit before. If we can clear this resistance and we can trade up, then we're going to be trading up to these highs and going up into these ranges of 71,000 and 76,000. So it's actually on the 3-day, it's looking really good. But if you're looking at even on the 4-hour too, the 4-hour looks really good. We got mass volume coming in, got a recovery candle, and it looks like we could be pushing more to the upside. And so with that being said, we can look at the Bitcoin returns on the monthly. And so historically, we've had quarter 4 and halving years being really bullish, like on 2017, 2020, 2024 now, quarter 4 is looking pretty bullish. And then on the halving years of 2017, October, November, and December have been really bullish months. And so for this year, we're kind of, speculating that we're going to have that same rhyming, that we have October, November, and December being super bullish. And so we are thinking that we have the peak of this run actually at next year, and then these next 3-4 months is going to be the most violent moves to the upside, especially when we start to get Bitcoin going over 100K. Retail is going to start paying attention again, and then we could have retail coming in at that top. We retrace back from $100 to $125,000, $150,000 by the end of the year to 90K, establish a bottom at 90K, maybe even 80K, because that would be a 30% retracement from that $150,000 Bitcoin, and then we go to 350,000 by March or April of 2025. So Steve Randall says, I'm praying that my B-Day in March of 2025 will be ultra bullish. Cool, you got a birthday in March? My daughter's birthday is in March, towards the end of March. So what's the day? What's the day of your birthday, Steve Randall? So we make sure we'll put it on the calendar. Hopefully we'll be all celebrating our millions by that point. We will be fully out of the trenches at that point, guys. You guys, look, we're going to be out of the trenches by March of next year, okay? Mark my words. All right, so it's looking good. It's not looking too bad. It's actually looking pretty bullish for the most part. You can see here, got this V-shaped recovery, went straight up all the way down to take those lows at 64.8, and now we're getting a bounce recovery back to the 20 SMA on the Bollinger Band on the 5-minute. And if you're looking at the 4-hour, you can see that it completed this W pattern. Completed this little W pattern, pushing up to hit that resistance. And we crushed the resistance, but we hit that resistance at 68, which you could probably see more clearly on the daily, because you can see here resistance points. And the only support that we have from these levels, there's not much support and actually not very much resistance because of the fact of where we're at in this bull flag. That's what's so interesting about what is happening right now with Bitcoin, because we've been ranging since March from that high, and we've just been ranging this entire time. We haven't broken down super hard back to like 30,000. We haven't broken down super hard back into like the low 40s. The lowest we've gotten is 49,000. Now, if you're looking at the bull flag from this point of view, and you look at the lows, we've made higher lows. Even on this one right here, and on this dip, this recent 59,000 was the lowest low. And so we've made higher lows consecutively from this bottom of the 49,000. And so this is why I'm leaning way more on the side of being more bullish that we break out of this major bull flag and cup and handle pattern that has been forming over the past couple of weeks, months. And so we just want to be like super bullish on this because it really is an opportunity. Let's see. It's really a good opportunity to start to build up some momentum, build up your bags, keep DCAing, and we could do really well in the next 6 months. And I would say that even with the altcoins, the meme coins, I think are going to do really, really, really well. It's basically the thing that's outperforming the entire market right now in terms of trading volume. If you go to trading volume right now, in terms of the whole market, we are sitting currently with Pepe, we got Dogecoin, we got Nero, Dog with Hat, we got SHIB, all in the top 20 to 30 in terms of trading volume. A lot of these being memes like Floki, Bonk, SHIB, Whiff, Doge, Pepe. And so that's a telling signal. And then you can see everything else that's in here that has good trading volumes, things like AVAX, Litecoin. I am super, super bullish on Litecoin and AVAX as one of my altcoin picks that I think is going to do really, really well. You know, you got to remember that Litecoin we've showed you as an oscillating wave indicator for altcoin season. And when we go into bull runs, you look at Litecoin, you just put it on the daily, and you can see that in 2017, 2021, or 2020 and 2021, you get these parabolic moves on Litecoin, bear market, bull market, bull run, bear market, and then I think we're going to have this next little oscillating wave on Litecoin going up into next year of, I think, surpassing its previous all-time high because it's done it 2 different times in the bull run and in the bull markets where we've had the Bollinger Band pop up all the way to 426, 426. And so I'm just speculating by, history not repeating exactly, but rhyming, is that we get a possible $500 Litecoin where we get up to the top of this wave. And then I just imagine where the rest of the market is going to be when we start to have a Litecoin at that point. So this is my thesis and strategy of how I'm going to perform the best, have the biggest return, and this is on basically doing this DCA in, DCA out strategy, and hopefully it works out. Hopefully it works out. Had to shut my window. Got pest control, doing some spraying and stuff outside. But yeah, I actually had the window open. Had like some nice natural light coming in the office, so makes the camera look a lot better with just like regular natural light. And then I have this bright LED light right in front of me. But yeah, so you just remember, like, you can use Litecoin as this oscillating indicator for the altcoin season, and when you could start thinking about taking some profits. And see, Nate Dogg is saying still thinking 2026 will be blow off top. It's possible. Like my prediction is that we get the election pump. We get the election pump. It goes up to $150,000 by the end of the year, and then from that retracement of $150,000, we're going to go down to maybe 80 to 90K, and then from that 80, 90K, we pump to 350,000. Because you got to remember, it's like months in crypto feel like years, so it's really hard for us to grapple our mind around like where Bitcoin could be in 6 months. I mean, just imagine, because of from where we came from in just this year in January, we were at $32,000. And what pushed us up to all-time highs was that influx of the trading, of the buying with BlackRock, with the ETFs, the ETF inflows. And so this is ultimately what pushed this price to the upside. And now we've just been ranging from those highs. So this is where I think we have to be patient. We have to study the chart. We have to build up some patience and resilience to these volatile swings, especially when it's ranging on a bull flag that traditionally, when we're in those types of patterns, especially on daily, weekly time frames, we are more due for a breakout than another drawdown to the downside. So I would wager and bet more that we're going to be breaking out of this bull flag here very soon. And we've already hit the lows. We've taken out the liquidity on these lows. We've made higher lows. And so this is where I think we're going to be going here in the immediate short term. And so if you look at the data, Bitcoin's historical halving pattern suggests a mid-2025 peak. And so because of the previous cycles, Bitcoin peaked at 518 days after the halving. And then in 2019 and 2021, we've had a 546 days peak after the halving. And so if history repeats or rhymes a little bit, then this bull market, this banana zone, we will see the biggest uptick in the markets 518 days after the halving. So technically right now, we're only maybe we're not even close to that. We're not even close to that. Let me see where the halving there. Let me see if I can get a chart that has. Okay, yeah. Here's the halving in April this year. April this year we had the halving, and if we just go and pull from here, from this halving date, we just go across. I mean, you think in 400 days, it brings us to, or 500 days, it brings us to July, August. So July, August, and September, technically, is where we could actually have the biggest run. And so I'm projecting that we get a $300,000 Bitcoin by March or April, which means that's 357 days after the halving. But if we get the traditional average of 500 days, then we're actually not going to see the biggest run until September, August or September of next year. So that means all during this time, we are going to see some really, really interesting things play out on this chart because of where the price discovery is going to start hitting the charts. We're going to have price discovery for some of these altcoins. A lot of these altcoins are going to actually go back to their all-time highs, their previous all-time highs, and potentially smash them, especially if they are on a strong narrative like AI, crypto gaming infrastructure, real-world assets, and memes. That's what is basically outperforming everything right now in terms of the altcoin narratives. And yeah, it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. But we have to stay above this 65,000, this 66,000. We have to stay above it. If we do not stay above it and we just still keep ranging, then it is possible we get another little leg to the downside, another little fake out to the downside, and then we go. But it's just at this point, we're all just so exhausted from this ranging sideways. So I think even the market makers are probably exhausted, and they're like, all right, let's just do something. Let's either just get it over with. If we're going to really go low, let's really just get it over with already and push it to 43 if that's where we're really going to go. Or are we going to freaking go to Valhalla? What's the tick, man? Because ultimately it's I either want to see 43 or I want to see 100K. I'm tired of seeing 56, 50,000, all this garbage price action right here. I'm done with it. I'm I want to see 100K or 43. I either want it to burn to the ground so that we can get more Bitcoin, or we just keep going. I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of how I feel. I'm it's either 43 or 100K. So, but I feel more on the cards that we're going to get a nice pump. I mean, gosh, if we get another low right here, if we had to make another higher low consolidating down in this chart, then maybe it would be at 62. It would be at 62. We just go right down into this trend line. Yeah, Phil, the market makers have wanted to shake us out and so far have been unsuccessful. Yeah, it's been an interesting ride, I'll tell you that. And I will be honest, I'll be transparent. You know, I haven't, have done the best in trading as I was, months and months ago. I even posted a picture on Twitter showing the results of when we were on a roll on our trading. This was about, I don't know, how long ago was this? This was like 6 months ago, maybe. I don't know, something like that. And you can see that we had some amazing entries on 2 different Bitcoin longs. We were up just an insane amount from a parabolic move from a position of $34,000 Bitcoin. Man, and we didn't really realize how good we had it. At that moment, probably should have just taken and closed all of those trades completely out, gone. We were trying to swing long these for forever till Valhalla, but we should have known. We should have known better that the market just doesn't go up forever. It does retrace. It does go down. And so it would have been a good move. And this is just for you guys, say, hey, you're doing really good. You're up and you're feeling it. And you're like, and you're staring at it for too long. It's probably a good idea to start taking some profits, because at the moment you start staring at it too long and you start it could go away very quickly. Especially the market would love to take those profits away from you once you've had them. So you got to get in, get them out, and then figure out what you're going to do with that said profit. You're going to DCA with it. You're going to re-enter back in the market. You're going to have some dry powder on the side. What are you going to do? So yeah. So we did a combination of that. It's not like, we took those, we DCA'd, we went back into the market, and, is what it is. But I love this. What 2 memes do you think Must Stop Murad is picking that is going to go to that are going to go to 100 billion? Because he thinks that the predictions, and this is a great prediction, you think $1 trillion market cap total for meme coins, just meme coins alone, he thinks is going to be at a $1 trillion market cap. And so I believe that too. I think Bitcoin is going to be at a $7 trillion market cap, about a quarter of what gold is right now, because I think gold is at like 7 trillion. Gold is at 17. Gold is at 17 trillion, and then we have Bitcoin at 1.3 trillion. So even if it just gets like a quarter of gold's market cap, it's gonna send Bitcoin. That's what it's gonna send Bitcoin to over $500,000. And so you have to think about what the rest of the market's gonna look like. So you think, okay, Ethereum is going to get some of that. Obviously, we're going to get some of that liquidity injection into the market, into Ethereum. A lot of it's going to be going into Solana. And I think that we're going to see Solana and BNB at over like $200 billion each with their market cap. Then we're going to see Tether getting close to, if you go to Tether and you look at the peak of the bull run, the last bull run, and you go to the market cap of Tether, you can see that in 2021, we had 62 billion, and then in 2022, 83 billion. You can see now, look at how much has been injected into the crypto market just by Tether alone, And so I think that we're going to have a total market cap of alts, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, we're going to be sitting at, I think, a good 2 trillion. At a good 2 trillion just for excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, because you can do this by looking at the total 3. You look at the total 3 of the market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we're sitting at $615 billion. I think we can easily get up to a 1 trillion, just 1 to 2 trillion, just excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum alone. And then I think Ethereum is going to go into the possible $500 billion market valuation. You can see that on the market cap of Ethereum at its all-time highs was at already 538 billion. So I think it breaking into 10K or 6K, we could be seeing a 1 trillion market cap for Ethereum, just for Ethereum. Just for Ethereum. Because you got to remember, like once Bitcoin gets that liquidity in there, we're going to see a lot of that liquidity start getting rotated into the altcoin space. We're going to have the alts flying. We're going to see an altcoin season, and it's going to be pretty freaking crazy, guys. It's going to be pretty damn crazy. Just give you that. All right, so with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're hitting the mark right at 12 o'clock, so we're going to end the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. We just wanted to break down the market a little bit, kind of show you what's going on, show you the charts, and just remind you guys that we do have an election coming up. You know, we do have a pretty substantial election coming up, so you guys have to kind of make a choice now. You have to kind of make a choice. You gotta make a choice. Are you going to vote? Put a 1 in the chat if you are voting. If you are in America and you are going to be voting, put a 2 in the chat if you're gonna early vote, and put a 3 if you're not voting at all. So I'm putting a 1 and a 2 because I'm voting and I'd like to early vote, so then I can kind of just make sure it's in, and we can make sure we solidify our right to vote. Our right to vote. Looks like we lost the chat. Oh, okay. It looks like it's okay. Lost the chat on this side. All right, looks like it's good. All right, we got some people, yeah, voting 1 Trump, 2 Trump. I mean, you could put if you're voting for Harris. I mean, I'm not gonna like. See, we're chill on this stream. We're not gonna yell at you or anything. Do not have to be afraid to say if you are voting for Harris. That's okay. It is okay. We like to be nice on this stream. I'm gonna vote for Ozzy. Yeah, I'm gonna vote for the Ozzy and vote for Steve Randall Jr. I'm gonna vote for all the OGs that watch Dano Crypto. That's who I vote for. I'm voting for you guys. You guys are on my ballot. You guys are on my ballot. The fact that you come and support the stream, you keep me on my toes, you keep the conversation going. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. And we're going to come back and we'll be streaming later today. I think we're going to, we really wanted to actually promote the fact that, like, you know, YouTube does have members. Like, you can become a member of the channel, and we really want to do members only live streams and have that be a dedicated thing that we do every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it would be just for members of the channel. So if you like that, let me know. Or if you think I should just do an 8 o'clock live stream, not a members only one, just like straight off the cuff. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm always testing things out on this channel, on this platform, and seeing what works, what doesn't. I think that's the best thing you can do. You just have to test out. You just have to test things out and just see what happens. And if you guys wouldn't mind, if you can help me promote that we will be doing members only live streams, and it means we can actually talk more about other topics. We can really keep it an open-ended discussion, because I think if we do members only live streams, it really kind of like we won't get censored as much. Probably it's probably something that we can figure out. But all right, get your coffees up, whatever you're drinking, take a sip. Don't get too crazy today with the FOMO, even though I did FOMO trade myself. But when you see God candles like that, it's hard not to. But God bless every single one of you and your families. Have a good rest of the day. Hope to see you later on the members only live stream that we're going to be doing at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to join that live stream with the Dano Dojo crew, you have to become a member. And so let's see if we can see how many members we can get before we do that live stream. I see 14 of you watching right now. So all 14 of you, if you became a member of the channel, then we'll see you at 8 o'clock. All right. Peace out, guys.